opportunity of the speaker,
السادة النواب، السادة أصحاب المقامات،
Mr. Parliament members,
الزملاء الأعزاء،
my dear colleagues.
السلام عليكم.
Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you.
قبل العرض أود أن
Before the presentation, I would like to mention that when I started working on my PhD dissertation in 2004, in January, I started the work, and for 20 years, I've been working on the Iraqi constitution as a comparative study. It means that I had the opportunity to accompany the evolution, the constitutional evolution of Iraq from the beginning until 2008, and I published a book which is about the constitutional study, a comparative study, and it was published in Hanover University. It is in German, unfortunately. It's not in Arabic. I do not write so much in Arabic and English, unfortunately. So later on, I started my work. I started to observe the works of Arab countries and the changes that happened in Iraq in regard to the constitution after 2005 is a sign of the evolution, of a new evolution and change in the Arab world after the failure of so many Arab countries. Later on, I published another book in 2019, which sheds light on the most important changes in the Arab world in regard to the constitutions. It is a comparative study of Iraq after 2003, because the evolution of the constitution of Iraq and the parliamentary system that was created in Iraq is a unique one, is a unique system in the Arab and Islamic world. That a person can gain the authority of legislation in the parliament, and I should admit that it is a unique and completely novel thing in the Arab world. It is against all constitutional cultures in our countries, which mainly depends on the executive authority, and condensing all the authorities at the hand of the executive authority, because it is the center of decision. Now, after 20 years of working on the Iraqi constitution, after 20 years of in this parliament, which is the center of the Iraqi decision, I have another perspective. We have begun to see that Iraq, despite all the debates and conflicts and the problems and all the criticisms, which are objective and political, now in Iraq we have a new culture of parliament. It has a unique nature. It goes hand in hand with another unique system, which depends on a specific relation, which is exchange between the court and the parliament. We have a proverb in my field which says that the constitutional judge does not need any constitution as much as he needs, as much as a constitution needs a judge. Because if we see the evolution of the Constitution of the United States, we see that there are so many articles around the world are surrounding around issues which do not have any foundation in the Constitution, but they were issued by the court itself. So when Mr. Ala al-Bahadli, he says that it is not for the first time. Our initiative has been on the trail for 4 years. So when we started this initiative, we wanted to convey these dialogues to the streets. We met everyone. We met all parties and all people, and we heard their ideas and opinions and their ideas on the parliament and the state. His name is the European Institute for Dialogue and Development. However, he introduces himself as an Iraqi, and he works for Iraq. So we are here not as foreigners. We present ourselves as Iraqis. I oppose
regarding the parliament. I consider the parliament discussions as a fortune, opposition, disagreement, and all these things is a very important thing in any parliament of any people. I would like to talk about with you, and I won't be long because I would like to open the floor to exchange opinions of the Europeans, my colleagues who have their own experiences. What I want to talk about is what are the standards and equations that we could provide and we could not provide regarding this issue, which is the constitutional amendments. What we can do, what we cannot do, because in Europe, as the experiences say, that constitution cannot be amended unless supported by the government, unless supported by the authority, the institutional authorities. So the problem of commandment is not that necessary at the same level of, as Dr. Ali Al-Shikri said, and I share with him this. If one wants to amend the constitution, the base of this amendment is the political will. I, as a worker in the constitutional and law since 1996, have found that working in law and constitution in general is a complementary work to politics. Political pacts are the base. The general frameworks to politics can facilitate these agreements. The legal work is based on these frameworks and depends on the politics and politicians who will come into agreement to change, to amend, to add the constitutions under certain laws, or we may put the topic to the judiciary system. The thing is very vast. All of you know anything about the constitution more than anyone, but we may provide certain ideas, opinions, discussions, brainstorming, but before we would like to get benefit from your dialogue. Thank you very much. Thank you for your hospitality. Thank you again in the Parliament. We hope that we get into the discussion and arguments.